Hello, welcome back out to the shop. It's Monday after the major snowstorm that went through the Carolinas, yesterday and Saturday, I reckon, or Saturday night into Sunday. We got about, I'm gonna say 12 inches of snow up until the freezing rain and sleet started, and then it packed it down, and by the time I could get out there and measure it, it was just 10 inches. But it was a healthy amount of snow. And our workplace went ahead and canceled first shift for today, yesterday. So I was planning on going to work today if we could get out of the driveway. Our good road crews, they got the road clear, but they piled 3 feet of snow at the end of the driveway. So even though I have a nice big truck, everything's made of plastic now, and I didn't want to take a chance of tearing out the oil pan. So we were getting ready to go shovel that out right when they decided to cancel second shift today, which is a really good decision on their part. The temperatures are nice now. It's 42 outside and it's 43 in here. So we got a fire going in the wood stove. It just hasn't quite kicked on yet. So one time circulating, we should be warming up pretty quick. But what we decided to do today is we have a couple of tools that came in. One that I ordered at FabTech and another one I ordered from Eastwood when I got back. I need to do some upgrades on the Harbor Freight sandblasting cabinet, which I really kind of like, to tell you the truth. After I upgraded the pickup, I haven't had any problems other than my hand getting tired, so we ordered a foot pedal kit from Eastwood, and we're going to install that today. Still have some more stuff to do. I have a little more cleaning to do on the gearbox and get it ready, and got to pick up the metal for building all the gantry crane before my winter break, or our company shuts down for a week during Christmas. So, before that break, because hopefully I can get my brother to come out and weld that thing up for me. So I'll probably tack it together here and then let him come in here and burn some 7018s in on it. But in the meantime, we're going to pack this. I'll show you what I got, and then probably going to upgrade this. And I'll kind of bring you along, how we did it and what I've done to it so far. If you haven't done the pickup tube modification to your Harbor Freight, I highly encourage it. It doesn't have to be this sophisticated. A lot of people just tape another pipe to their pipe so it gets atmospheric air down to where that picks it up. But, I went a little more and put a little spigot on the side. But I'll show you. I'll bring you in closer so you can see all that. And we're going to get the fire going a little toastier in here so I can shed this coat, because I hate working with a coat on. So we'll get the fire going and then we'll see how it goes. So see you in a minute. All right, so the first thing that I ordered, and the fan just kicked on, so we got heat now coming. So it's nice, toasty. It's already up to 51 in here. That furnace, or wood furnace, is awesome. So, and it beats the smell of kerosene. So the torpedoes heater worked good, but I just don't like the smell of it. Anyway, the first thing we ordered was some cast iron mega squares, the 8-inch size from Fireball Tools. So we'll unpack this, a packing slip, of course, and then that's pretty light for cast iron. Yeah, cast iron. Oh, no, these are aluminum ones. Anyway, so here's the aluminum version of what I ordered. The 8-inch mega squares, very, very nice. But it's not what I ordered, so I have to get in contact with them and send them back and get some cast iron. Not that I wouldn't want a set of these eventually, but I think for what we do in here, I think the cast iron would just hold up longer. I don't want to ding this up. All we do is steel in here so far. So I don't really see a need for these yet. So, but the cast iron ones I definitely do want. So we'll get hold of Jason and, see about getting the other ones here. So, in the meantime, I might go CMM one of these things at work during lunch break one day. Yeah, run them on the CMM, just see how true they are. We'll hold it down and then do a really, really quick alignment on it, and then measure all these planes and then compare them to each other. And, it won't take but a minute or two on the CMM and we'll be done. It'll take me longer to write the program than it would to run it. Maybe half an hour altogether. So I might do that since aluminum. I can tote this one with me. So but it's very, very nice. I mean, he does a great job. Even this one looks great. So I'm just afraid I'll tear it up. So we'll get the cast iron one. So let's put this back in the box so it doesn't get messed up. And we'll look at the other one just to make sure. Yeah, I thought it was pretty light. I told my wife when it came in, I said, be careful because they're cast iron, you know, it's heavier than what you think it is. And she says, it's not heavy at all. So anyway, yeah, that one's aluminum also. So we'll send these back and then we'll move on to our next box. Set this off to the side. And the next one's from Eastwood, and it is the foot pedal kit, I hope, and the gun. So, of course, it's went through its typical UPS delivery stuff. So, I'm telling you what, if you don't package it for, you know, a rugby team playing with it, you know, it's not going to make it. So, always imagine that this is the football for a rugby team if you ship stuff. If you package it like that, it has a good chance of making it. So here it is. First impressions is good. You know, no damage that I can see, other than they could have put a little packing foam around it. So, oh, ceramic nozzles. So we got those. There's the foot pedal kit. I don't remember how much this was. I'll flash it up on the screen. I don't think it was over $100, but either way, it was something we definitely needed. So there's that. I should have cleaned off my table a little better, but it's good enough. See, that's what I was talking about. See, that's exactly where the nozzle was laying at. So you can see it's already abraded through it. It was probably showing through, and the packing company went ahead and wrapped some more tape around it. So Eastwood, you know, if you watch videos, man, you got to do a little bit better in your packaging. Doesn't look like anything's tore up or marred up, but it could have happened. And this might be the first thing I've ever ordered from Eastwood, so, you know, this might be typical for them, but it's definitely not typical for most of the other suppliers like McMaster Car and all that I get stuff from. Their stuff is packaged much, much better than this is. So, and then this is the gun. So, still kind of awkward. I don't know why you have to have all this when, you know, just run the 2 lines. Maybe that's something that's out there and I just haven't found. Just run the 2 lines out here, you know, and then have it in this kind of form, like a pencil. So I'll do some more research, might find it, who knows. But it's definitely going to be better than pulling the trigger. So, you know, it fits good in my hand though, that's for sure. So that's the next thing. Let's see what else we got in here. Instructions for the gun. And thank you for your order. I didn't even get a catalog. That's pretty cheesy. Either way, I reckon everything's online now, so we don't need a catalog. You know, I still like to get a printed one. It's nice to have out here in the shop. So let's clean this up and we'll move over here to the table. Oh, and another thing, a couple people ask why I always keep this blanket up here. Well, one, it's, you know, it's almost a horizontal surface, and anything that gets a horizontal surface in a shop gets something laid on it. So we put the blanket on here. My computer is up here, and it, you know, the TV hooks with the monitor, and this is where I do some work, you know, really, really quick stuff here. But I do it mainly to protect the top and just to keep the glass nice, you know, halfway decent and clean. So I just, you know, that blanket's just come in handy for that. And then, of course, I've wired the light and the vacuum here. You can turn the vacuum on and it won't work unless the light's on. So, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to move over. Let me move over here, and we're going to see how we're going to attach this on and tackle this little job. Hopefully, it won't take long. We'll be done with it and we'll move on. So I'll bring you back. Let me move the camera. All right, so we got you over here. We got you over here at our blast cabinet, and let's open it up. And I definitely got to tape all these little holes up. Powder gets stuck in those, and if you're not careful, you know, I always try to make sure I bang that so the powder goes back in there, or the blasting media goes back in there. And as you can see, I just run a fine garnet from Tractor Supply. It's very inexpensive, and the whole thing is piped in with a 1/2-inch black iron pipe all the way to the thing. I can't stand, you know, tool starving for air. So, you know, if I'd have rethought everything, I'd have run the whole shop 3/4, which I might eventually need it. But right now, you know, 1/2-inch does very well. But you know I didn't want just air lines laying everywhere, so I just hard piped it in there. But with this kit, I think it has the foot pedal here, and the air supply goes in here on this side. So I need to redo this connection. You know, I could leave this in here, and I might leave that in there for just like a blow-off gun, and then just plumb a blow-off gun in there to blow stuff off. But you kind of got the sandblaster to do the same thing. But it might be nice to have that blow-off gun in there so you can blow everything down before you open it up without throwing media out. So I might do that. And then I have another hook up here that goes to a regulated air line, because the blast cabinet stays, I think, on 40 foot-pounds. 40, it looks like it's on 40 or 60. I can't, it's hard to see from here. So I think I'm just going to make me another line for here and then run it in the side here. It comes with a bulkhead connector. So I'll probably drill me a hole somewhere on this end. I might just do it right here where the other one's at, so it's kind of the same. Or I might do it in the back here where the pickup's at. So my pickup is copper, and it runs down the length of the chute, and at the bottom of this 1/2-inch copper is a 1/2 by 1/2 by 3/4 T. And the 1/2 hooks up to the suction for the media, and the other 1/2 goes to a hose that's plumbed into a bib faucet on the outside of the cabinet. And that allows me to regulate the atmospheric air that goes in there. So it's trying to suck in air too. It's easier to suck in the air than media. And it creates some kind of interior effect or whatever. I don't know. But it works really, really good. You know, if you've ever had a cabinet that surges, this one doesn't surge. So, you know, I might do that. Let me grab all this stuff and kind of lay it out like I want it, and then we'll see where we're going to go from there. I like the pedal though. I think I'm going to like it a lot. But I'll bring you back. All right. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole here. I've already started to run a pilot, and then I'm going to use a unibit. You know, just a cheap, or I shouldn't say cheap. They're not really that cheap, but just an inexpensive unibit. This is a Irwin Tools. I pick them up at Lowe's, and the extensions, of course, you know, I get from the where's that? In Pigeon Forge at just a discount hardware places. They're about $1 a piece. And then these holders, they're Apex or Proto. You can order them online from almost any industrial tool supplier. But what it really helps in, and now they even make the unibits with the hex in it already, but you can just change this out. They make them for all kinds of tap sizes, tap holders. So instead of running a tap handle, if you're doing sheet metal or thin stuff, or heck, I even use it on thick stuff. It's very rare I break a tap. But these fit on there and bolt or cinch down with Allen head screws, set screws. And then, you know, we just put a dab of blue Loctite on them to keep everything from backing out. And we use them at work, and they work really, really good. So why not, you know, use them everywhere? So that's what I do. So we're going to drill a hole here, maybe. And I got the washer that goes through. So it's going to take all that unibit. So we'll drill it completely through. All right. So that unibit makes short work of drilling those holes like that in the sheet metal parts. And then let's just double check that this is going to fit. So this is our pedal kit. We'll put it down there on the floor. And now I was kind of wishing my wood stove would turn off because it's gotten warm in here. You start doing a little work. Oh, Not quite big enough, so we're gonna have to go up one more size. So let me get the other stepped unit bit that I have, and we'll run it right quick. And this one has got a hex bit on it. So you can see this one's got the hex bit on it. And it's also, this looks like a CK Tools. I don't know. It might be an Irwin, who knows. Either way, we're gonna use it and go up one size. Right there. So now we got it. Where'd my little thing go? There it is. So that goes in there like that. And it fits in there nice and square, which is good. Of course, the inside's got a screw right in the way. Wouldn't you know it? So I'm gonna have to get a Ziz wheel and cut that thing down so I can get this part on there. I don't think it's gonna go on there. It's my luck. Yep, it's not gonna go on there. So let me grab a Ziz wheel and knock that bolt head off, and then we'll be right back. All right, so we got our little nut cut off there. So or bolt head I should say, bolt threads. Probably can't see anything from my big old arm in the way, but I can't help it, I gotta get in here. So that's on there. We'll grab our gun. I'm a fan of these, you know, like I said, we use them every day, so it's something that we're quite familiar with, how they work and how they sound. I hear a lot of people, you know, throttling the trigger on these things. If you have one of these drivers, man, just, you know, just throw it to the wall, you know. I mean, give all the gas to it and you'll hear it tighten, and then you're done. It's just, you know, so that's it. It's done. It's tight. You know, there's nothing else to do to it. It's just the way it sounds. If you throttle on it, it just makes that little tick, tick, tick sound all the time, and you don't ever know if you have it tight. If you know you have the thread straight, you just, you know, put full throttle to it, and it'll, you know, you can hear it when it's tight. So that's, you know, that's what I say about that. So we got that part on. Now the next part, you know, and this is the part where maybe I should have read the directions a little, you know, a little bit anyway. But I'm assuming that goes on like that. It doesn't really much have a choice. And then it has to thread on here. You know what? Let me get a wrench for that. I believe it's a 9/16 or the metric equivalent of that. And let me tighten that, and then I'll bring you back. So sorry for all this cutting in and out, but you know, it's the way it goes sometimes. All right, so we're back. I got the gun hooked up, got the pickup tube hooked up. Let's see how it feels. I also went ahead and put an air nozzle on the other end of that air line, so that should be good to go. Keep it out of the way. What else? I think that's it. So everything looks good. It's a little long, I think, the hose is, but I don't know. It might be all right. It coils really nice. So I think the next thing we need to do is get something in here and start blasting on it. So let me do that, clean the glass off and reposition the camera, and I'll bring you back. All right, so I got a lathe dog in here that came with my Sydney lathe. So I think we'll try to clean that up. You know what? Forgot to hook the air up. I'm so used to just coming to this thing with the air on that I forgot I had to put air on the pedal. I'll be right back. All right, we're back now. Got air hooked to it. So let's see how it does. I mashed it a couple times and it's got media in it already. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to take some getting used to. Holy moly. Well, I can say without a doubt the gun works better. That's super quick. It wants to slide out, but wow. I should have done this a long time ago. That works awesome right there. I don't have the vacuum turned on, so that's why it's getting a little dusty. I didn't think you'd want all that noise, you know, besides the air from this thing, but so far I'm happy. Look at that. That didn't take that long at all. Yeah, well worth the upgrade for that thing. The only thing I think I might do is change out this hose right here, this one and the one at my foot, to something that's a little more flexible. This is really flexible. This one here is not so flexible. I mean, I got it where it coils up, so it kind of coils in and out, but getting it into any other position other than right here, you know, it's kind of, I mean, I reckon it's okay, but it could be better. I told my brother, I said, as we go, you know, get into this a little more, we might just build another cabinet, and I don't think there's any need to buy one. I think, you know, the basics of it, something to hold the grit in and something to collect the grit and blow it, and it's not that complicated. So, and I have all the stuff now, so I like it. I like it. So anyway, Eastwood foot pedal kit. I like it. I wish it was packaged a little better, but other than that, I think we're going to like it. So I think that'll do it for this video. So until next time, I reckon we'll see you. Stay safe.